back to my channel. For today's video, I will share with you the webinar that I was given the privilege to be the guest speaker of by the University of the East, attended by other schools. So there was a total of about 100 plus participants from different schools and universities in Manila, and actually outside Manila then. So I hope this would help you as well in your career if you're an aspiring hotelier or even if you're a current hotelier and you need some refresher. I hope makatulong itong video na to sa inyo.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar entitled Welcome to our webinar offered by the Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management by OJT students, which entitled Happy Guests, Less Stress, wherein we are about the importance of guest engagement in hotel management. For this morning, we have with us our participants. And based on our registration profile, most of the participants are students and faculty members from different schools and universities. Majority of the participants are from UE, University of Baguio, and Batangas State University. We also have participants from First City Provincial College, Lyceum of the Philippines, Centro Escolar University, Pan-Pacific University, Holy Cross College of Santa Rosa, University of Manila, and we also have today the Program Director of Pambayang Dalubhasaan ng Marilao. Welcome po sa inyong lahat. Okay, so without further ado, let us now formally program with a prayer.
Okay, let us bow our heads and close our eyes for our prayer. Dakhalin namin Diyos na nasa langit, pinupuri ka namin, sinasamba, nagpapasalamat po kami sa umaga na ito na binigay niyo po sa amin na makapagtipon-tipon, mapag-aralan po ang tungkol po sa nagaganap ngayong pandemic. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa mga bagong katalino na mapupulot namin dito. Gabayan niyo po kami sa aming webinar ngayong umaga na ito. Sa tanging pangalan ni Jesus, Amen.
At this point, let us hear the inspirational words of the UE Department Chair of UE College of Arts and Sciences, Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Dr. Francisco M. Ramos, for his opening remarks.
Good morning. Do you hear me?
Sir.
Hi, good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Yeah.
Good morning po.
Good morning from the Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, faculty members, the guests, and all other school administrators and officials. Thank you for being with us today, especially to our guest speaker, Ma'am Regina, which is from Cebu. I would like to express our sincere appreciation for giving us your time in making this event a success. We were able to empower students and faculty members as well with this webinar to learn more about guest engagement. So without further ado, we thank you for your attendance and we hope to see you on our next webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Ramos, for those inspiring words. Just a few points to remember for our participants. First, the questions which you have sent during our pre-registration will be addressed later by our speaker during the open forum. And second, please make sure to accomplish our activity evaluation. The link for the evaluation form will be given out before ending this webinar. Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Elvi Joy Vanessa, your host for today's webinar entitled Happy Guests, Less Stress, Understanding the Importance of Guest Engagement in Hotel Management. And of course, I am with my co-host, Ms. Lindsay Candaya, who will be introducing our guest speaker for today.
Okay, thank you. Today's speaker is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Hotel, Restaurant, and Institution Management at the La Salle College of St. Benilde. She was a front desk associate at Best Western Premier F1 Hotel for 1 year. She was also a former reservation agent at the Peninsula Manila for a former service quality senior agent at City of Dreams Manila for 2 years. She was also a former duty manager at Dusitani Manila for 1 year, a former life manager at Seda Hotel in BGC for 2 years, and currently, she is the assistant front office manager at Seda Central Block, Cebu. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Ma'am Regina Joyce Ramirez.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po.
Ayan, first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity, for this privilege of sharing with you my knowledge and experiences during my hotel career ever since I started. So I will be sharing my screen. So you can give a thumbs up if you can see this clearly. Okay naman? Yan. Thank you. Thank you, Sir Francis. Ayan. Thank you. All right. So let's get started. The topic of my short talk would be about guest engagement. So since all of you are aspiring hoteliers, regardless of the department that you are eyeing for, whether front office ka, F&B, or you're part of the admin, or any other department na gusto nyo, it is dealing with the guests, dealing with our colleagues is very crucial kapag papasok kayo sa hotel industry. So here, it's entitled guest engagement. Yeah. So the objectives of this webinar would be to develop a lasting impression to the guests, to build rapport and relationship with guests, resulting to a positive mention, review, and TripAdvisor, to develop skills and confidence in conversing with complaining guests and to avoid complaints. So if you may ask, bakit di ba may mga managers naman tayo para i-address yung mga complaints ng mga guests? So number one, of course, I know in the near future, kayo din naman, you will step up, magiging managers din kayo sa hotel. And also, para din pag merong mag-complain sa inyo na guest, alam nyo or hindi kayo matatakot, meron kayong confidence how to respond to the guest, how to face the guest na nagko-complain. And of course, yung number one is to avoid na rin na mag-complain sila. Right? Okay. So why is building relationship with guests important? So bakit nga ba na kailangan na bakit important na may relationship with the guest? Trabaho ko naman to, ginagawa ko lang yung trabaho ko, di ba? So, number one is, it makes our guests feel valued. So, kahit naman kayo, di ba, if you go to any establishment, iba yung feeling kapag pinaparamdam sa inyo ng mga staff ng establishment na yon that you are important. Diba? For example, then papasok kayo sa isang mall or sa isang store sa mall. And then hindi kayo pinapansin ng mga sales lady. O kaya yung cashier, pag magbabayad kayo, masungit. Diba? So, di ba parang ang hirap sa kalooban natin or parang ayaw natin na ayoko na lang bumili dito. Doon na lang ako sa kabilang store na binabati ako, pinapansin ako ng mga staff. Diba? So, yan. It makes them feel valued. And if they feel valued, it makes them trust us or it builds their loyalty. So syempre whenever you feel na important ako sa hotel na to, so it means dito na lang ako, babalik-balik na lang ako dito. So if they trust us and if they are loyal to us, so it makes them share their positive experience with everyone. So that is yung sa lahat ng hotelier ngayon, number one na tinitignan or basihan ng hotelier kapag na parang magaling siya is kapag na-comment siya sa TripAdvisor. Iba yung na-comment yung, nag-share yung guest sa TripAdvisor na I had a wonderful stay, the hotel is nice. Iba yun if you will compare it kapag ikaw mismo na mention ka. For example, I enjoyed my stay, it was very memorable. Lindsay made me feel that I am at home even if I'm away, di ba? So, iba yung feeling kapag yung mismong name mo is na-mention talaga sa TripAdvisor. And then, so dahil nga loyal na sila sa atin, dahil nga na-establish na natin yung relationship with them, it causes them to give us more of their business. So if balik sila ng balik sa atin, di ba? If gusto na nila lagi na sa atin sila nagsistay, of course, syempre, tataas ang revenue ng hotel, which kayo din ng mga mag-work sa hotel na yun, yung makikinabang. Alright, so here are the sample TripAdvisor reviews that I'd like to share with you here sa SEDA Central Block that we got. Ayan, so it's very long, pero i-point out ko lang yung ibang parts na merong mga talagang specific names. Like for example, sabi niya, let me start from the very accommodating and respectful staff in the front desk, Emmanuel. He's not just a pretty face, but someone who has the skill to make people feel they are taken care of. Yeah, so next is Julie, never failed to answer some of my questions. And then yung iba naman, like sa F&B, na-comment din. So I want to thank Ivan for his abrupt assistance and making sure our food are well prepared every time we claim it in Misto. Yan, so on and so forth. So, di ba, hindi mo alam kung kailan ka makakachempo din ng ganitong guest na very specific sa pag-share ng kanyang experience, na very, very specific, na very matyaga sa pagdi-detail talaga, pag-share ng detail niyang experience, diba? So if you will look at it sa opposite side, diba, paano kung bad yung experience na nakuha nitong guest na to? So i-elaborate din niya yun sa ano niya, sa review niya, diba? So mas maganda na nakikita natin positive yung i-share about us. Ayan, may iba pa. Ayan. So ito naman, this one, ang kinoment dito is yung housekeeping. Baka yung mga gusto maging housekeeping, mga gusto maging room attendant, baka sabihin niya, paano naman kami mako-commend? Hindi naman kami humaharap sa mga guests, di naman kami mahigita sa mga guests. Pero look, if you can see yung Hilbert na kinoment niya, kahit hindi siya nakikita ng mga guests, he goes the extra mile, ginagawa niya yung work niya ng hindi lang basta-basta, pero he goes the extra mile at may makikita siya guest kahit nakakasalubong lang, nag-engage talaga siya. So, yun. And then, yan, marami pang iba. Ayan, this one din, minention din niya kami specifically na detailed. So, pinakamagandang sinabi niya, di ba, yung last part, thank you, said that you have earned yourself a lifetime customer. So, as long as ma-feel talaga ng guest na tinitake care or inaalagaan natin sila mabuti, ayan, hindi na sila aalis or sa inyo na lang talaga sila mag-stay sa hotel niyo. Okay. Hold on. Ayan. So, ayan. Yung first part ng ating guest engagement would be answering calls. Of course, not everyone, di lahat ng department humaharap sa guest, di ba? We have reservations na through phone sila nakikipag-engage with the guest. We also have the telephone operators. Ayan. So, actually, even front desk, sumasagot din yan ng phone, housekeeping. So, almost everyone naman sumasagot ng phone. So, of course, how do we engage with the guest? So, kahit pagsagot pa lang, so you answer within 3 rings. Bakit 3 rings? Kasi hindi na dapat more than 3 rings kasi ayaw natin pinaghihintay yung mga guests natin na matagal. Di ba kahit kayo din may tinatawagan kayo sa phone, ayaw nyo nang hindi sinasagot, di ba? Kunwari, tatawagan mo yung ka-groupmate mo na para magpasa na ng part niya sa project kasi hindi kanya sinasagot, di ba yon? Di ba hindi yun maganda sa pakiramdam? So, ganun din sa mga guests natin, lalo na nagbabayad sila, di ba? So, dapat sagutin natin agad. So, answer within 3 rings, not after 3 rings, dapat within. So, 3 or less. And then, ayan, this is the standard spiel actually sa lahat ng hotels. Unless na lang may specify yung hotel na papasukan nyo about their spiel. So, it is good morning or afternoon, evening, and then the name of the hotel that you're working in, and then how may I help you? So, yan. And then, of course, syempre, dapat very lively yung pagsagot nyo. Okay? And then, sa internal, what's the difference ng external calls and internal calls? So, external, meaning yung mga callers na tumatawag sa labas, yung mga guests yun na papabook, yung mga wala sa hotel. Internal calls, it means yun yung mga colleagues nyo from other departments na tumatawag sa inyo. Or yung internal calls then is yung mga guests na naka-check-in na or naka-in-house na tumatawag sa inyo. So for this one naman, it's the greeting, good morning, and then the name of your department. This is, and then your name, how may I help you? Diba? It's very, very simple lang. Kailangan nyo lang sanayin yung sarili nyo in saying it. So examples, external call. Good morning, Seda Central Block Cebu. How may I help you? So sa external call, if you can see, we do not give out our names muna, of course, para din sa privacy nyo din. And then sa internal call, sample is good morning, front office. This is Regina. How may I help you? So yun, very lively lang dapat, very energetic. And then yun, dapat ma-feel nung person sa other line that you are willing to help him or her. Alright? And then, ayan. Pag nag-handle, okay, so nasagot niyo na yung call. Ayan. So, pag sinabi nung caller, pa-transfer ako please sa finance department, for example. So, uulitin mo lang naman sinabi niya, allow me to transfer your call to finance department. One moment, please. Okay. So, wag yung okay, wait lang po. Hindi yung ganon. Wala tayo sa bahay. So, gagawin, actually, same lang naman yung sinasabi mo, pero syempre, mas professional. So, sasabihin mo lang sa caller kung ano yung gagawin mo dun sa call niya. And then, wag din naman yung bigla ka na lang mawawala kasi nga tinransfer mo na yung call. So, putting a call on hold. Allow me to put your call on hold. One moment, please. Ayan. And then, taking a message. So, for example, wala sa office yung hinahanap ng caller. So, you can just say, for example, si Miss Kim yung hinahanap niya. So, Miss Kim is currently not in the office. Would you like to leave a message? So, yan. Para nga ma-feel ng caller na, ay, gusto talaga niya akong tulungan. Kasi kung sinabi mo lang na, Miss Kim is not in the office, period. So, parang, di ba, parang hindi ka willing tulungan siya. Ganon. So, pag nagbigay ng message yung caller, yan, ensure to get the caller's name and company, and then the contact number para if ever para mabalikan ng call nung hinahanap niya. And then, you give a recap of the information or the message na binigay ng caller. Okay? Alright. So, let's move on to, ayan, taking orders and requests. So, for example, pwede rin to, applicable din to sa F&B or any department na may nakasulubong kang guest or may nakausap kang guest na gusto niyang mag-order sa'yo or may request siya. So, hold on. Ayan. So, of course, dapat ikaw as a hotel employee, as a hotel staff, you have full knowledge then of your products. You have full knowledge of what you are offering sa hotel nyo. For example, sa restaurant, ayan, yung mga food and drinks na in-offer nyo, ano yung details niyan. Kasama naman yan sa training nyo kapag magsa-start na kayo sa work nyo. Sasabihin sa inyo how the food or drink was prepared, kung anong ingredients, allergens, yung mga ganyan. And of course, yung price. And of course, very important is dapat alam nyo kung available yung item na yon. Kasi baka naman, ang galing-galing yung makipag-usap sa guest. Tapos alam na alam mo. Tapos biglang pagdating mo sa kitchen, sabi nung kitchen, hindi naman available yung item na yan, di ba? So, tapos babalik ka dun sa guest. Sabihin mo, hindi available. So, yung guest sasabihin, bakit mo pa inano sa akin? Bakit mo pa binenta sa akin? Di ba? Hindi naman pala available. So, yan. Number 1 na din dapat alam nyo would be the availability. So, next. Ask the guests if they have allergies, special preferences, and instructions. So, very important yan kasi like yung may mga ibang allergies ng guests na life-threatening. So, dapat alamin nyo sa mga guests nyo if they have allergies para alam nyo kung ano yung offer nyo na food sa kanila. Kasi may mga ibang guests sasabihin sa inyo, what's your specialty or what can you recommend? Lalo na kapag mga first-time guests yan. So, it's very crucial, tanungin nyo muna siya, do you have any allergies? And then, dun kayo magbe-base ng i-recommend nyo sa kanila. Alright? And then, listen to keywords and respond if necessary. If they're celebrating a special occasion, of course, you greet the guests. Minsan kasi, di ba, kunyari, group yun ng mga magkakaibigan or family, tapos maririnig mo habang nagte-take sila ng order, you will hear them mag-uusap-usap sila na, uy, happy birthday ha, ganyan. Happy birthday, Sir Francis ha, ganyan. So, ikaw, babatiin mo na rin bago ka umalis sa table, Sir Francis, happy birthday. So, tsaka sabihin mo na yung spiel mo, ganyan. And then, if naman, ang hotel naman is very generous pagdating sa preparing something special for, kunyari, sa may birthday. So, pwede mong sabihin sa supervisor mo or sa manager mo na, ma'am, may birthday, celebrate ng birthday yung table number 2, for example. So, maybe we can give out a small cake or something. We can sing for them. Depende din kung ano yung program na meron yung hotel na yon para sa mga may birthday. So, di ba ang sarap sa feeling nun? Like, kunyari ikaw kumakain ka sa restaurant. Kunyari kayo, if nakakain na kayo sa Vikings, di ba? Kapag may birthday doon, sobrang bongga nung pagkanta nila, tapos may maliit na cake, kahit sobrang liit lang ng cake na yun, yung effort and yung thoughtfulness ng mga staff para i-greet ka, sobrang nakaka-touch. So, ganun din sa yung mga guests natin sa hotel. Alright? And then, yan. If, for example, may ni-request ang guest sa inyo and then it's not available, so you just politely, so you apologize and you politely decline and you offer alternatives. So for example, I apologize, sir or ma'am, but your request is not available as of this moment. What we have is, ganyan. So yun, always offer alternative kasi para hindi lang napuputol dun yung usapan nyo ng guest. Kailangan lagi din kayong proactive. Okay? So, wag kayong matakot kung hindi available yung in-order or nire-request ng guest. Kunyari, meron siyang in-order na alam mong wala. Tapos nagpanik ka na, tinawag mo na yung manager mo, alam ma'am, hindi available yung order niya, baka magalit siya. So hindi kayo kakainin ng guest. So it's okay na may hindi available. So just apologize and explain to the guest. And then pambawi nyo nga is yung i-offer nyo na alternative. Right? And then next. Yan, make sure to provide a complete and accurate recap of the guest's request. Bakit important na merong recap ng guest request? Kasi that's what reassures the guest na talagang naintindihan mo yung sinabi niya. Talagang naintindihan mo yung request niya, yung instruction niya. Okay, and para sa'yo din yun, para ma-clarify mo din sa sarili mo na tama nga yung nakuha mo. Okay? And then, you provide a timeline of the delivery of the order or the request. So, standard din naman yan, lalo na sa restaurant, na your order will be served in 15 minutes or in 20 minutes, ganyan. Just to set an expectation sa mga guests. Kasi, hindi alam kung mag-aantay ba ako ng matagal, dadating na ba to agad, ganyan. So, kahit pa telephone operator kayo or front desk, nag-request siya, can you send me 3 bottles of water to my room? So you can tell the guest, certainly ma'am, we will be sending it to you in 5 minutes or in 10 minutes. Yeah. Kasi baka sabihin ng guest, baka bukas pa yan dumating. So iset mo na yung expectation nila. Okay? And then ensure, of course, that the order has been processed. So, baka naman ang ganda-ganda nun ng pagkakasabi mo sa guest, pagkakakausap mo, lahat na ng alternatives na offer mo and all that. Pero, hindi mo naman siya na-post sa POS, meaning hindi mo naman na-forward yung order niya sa kitchen. So, hindi na-luto, hindi na-process, or kung may request siya sa room, hindi mo naman nasabi sa housekeeping. So, wala din, di ba? Magagalit din yung mga guests kahit gaano ka kagaling na nakipag-usap sa kanila. So, make sure na na-process yung order nila, may request. Alright? So, next one is, ayan, responding to inquiries. Ayan, marami din ganito. Whether kahit naka-check-in na yung mga guests, minsan meron pa rin silang inquiry, may gusto pa rin sila tanungin, o kaya tumatawag sa phone lang para lang magtanong about the hotel, or ano ba yun? Or for example, as in dadaan lang, papasok sila talaga sa hotel, may itatanong sila about sa hotel, di ba? Para nag-hotel hopping, marami din ganyan. So, whenever somebody inquires, ayan, you provide, of course, an accurate response to the inquiry. Kahit gaano kagaling makipag-usap sa guest, kung mali naman yung information na binibigay mo, so, wala din yung sense, di ba? So, baka maging cause pa yun ng, it will probably be a cause of complaint pa in the future kapag ni-name drop ka niya. O, sabi ni Abby, kasi 24 hours yung swimming pool nyo. Eh, bakit ngayon nag-check-in ako hanggang 6 p.m. lang pala? So, ganun. Ganun yung importance ng providing an accurate response. And then, be proactive in providing other information related to the inquiry. So, for example, may guest na pumunta sa inyo ng 3 a.m. For example, graveyard shift kayo. Tapos tinanong, so is your swimming pool open right now? So, you can say na, unfortunately, sir, the swimming pool is closed as of this moment. However, it is open from, for example, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, sabihin nyo na agad yung accurate or yung operating hours ng swimming pool. Hindi yung magsastop ka lang na, no, the swimming pool is closed right now. So, ganon, di ba? So, mas maganda para hindi na siya maraming tanong, ikaw na rin mismo yung nagsabi na automatic kung anong oras bukas yun. Okay, so if you don't know naman the answer to the question of the guest, so you can apologize. I apologize, sir, ma'am, but allow me to check on this. I will get back to you. So, hindi natin maiiwasan yung mga moments na may mga times talaga na hindi natin alam yung answer sa question. Especially pag, kunyari, bago pa lang tayo, kakastart pa lang natin sa work natin or dun sa company. So, may mga bagay din na hindi natin agad alam or hindi natatakal sa atin during our training. So it's okay to just tell the guest na you can apologize and then let the guest know lang na aalamin mo lang and then make sure na hindi naman masyadong matagal maghihintay yung guest. So, ayan, ensure to get back to the guest. So, kunwari, sinabi mo, I will get back to you. Hinold mo yung call. O kaya, nasa harap mo siya. Pumasok ka muna sa office, tinanong mo yung manager mo or yung supervisor mo about the question. Pero nakalimutan mong balikan yung guest. Nakipag-chika ka na dun sa loob ng office nyo, di ba? Nakalimutan mo na siyang balikan sa sagot mo. So, dapat make sure na wag mong kakalimutan na may kausap ka pa na kailangan mong balikan. Okay? Ayan. So, di ba, if you'll notice then very simple, very basic din kasi actually nitong mga how to engage with a guest. Pero sometimes kasi medyo nakakalimutan natin to or parang we become so complacent na na hinahayaan na lang natin yung mga guests. Ayan. So, ito naman, very important, responding to emergency. So, of course, meron tayong, sa mga hotels naman din, hindi naman kahit sino na lang yung mag-respond to emergency. May kanya-kanyang department yan, or may kanya-kanyang, may kanya-kanyang mga designations or positions na nagre-respond talaga to emergency. So, just in case na kayo na yung nandun sa position na yun, kunyari nag-duty manager na kayo or ganon. So, ganito yung way ng pag-respond. So, of course, you will knock sa door ng guest. Pag magnanak kayo sa guest door, dapat 3 times kayo magnanak muna. Bakit 3 times? Bakit hindi nyo dapat buksan kaagad yung door? Kasi what if walang suot yung guest, 'di ba? O kaya may ginagawa pa yung guest, tapos binuksan mo, nag-barge in na lang kayo sa door. So baka maging baka mag-cause kayo ng complaint. So dapat katok ka muna. So once you knock on the door, 1, 2, 3, katok, and then identify your department. Kunyari, duty manager ka. So, duty manager or front office, pwede yan. And then, do this 3 times. So, gagawin niyo yan 3 times knock, identify yourself, tapos yun, gawin niyo 3 times. So, once the guest has opened the door, ayan na. So, you will greet. Ito yung example. The smoke detector has been triggered. We just want to check if everything is okay. Would you mind if we check? So, yan kasi yung isa sa mga common nagiging minor emergencies sa mga hotel is kapag yung smoke detector nila is nati-trigger. It could be caused by dust o kaya yung guest parang nag-init ng water. So, yung steam, di ba, napunta dun sa na-detect nung detector, so kaya yan. So wag yung sa mga past experience ko kasi, nawi-witness ko yung iba na staff, na sa sobrang panic nila, pagbukas agad ng guest, sila din nagpapanik na, ma'am, okay lang kayo? Ganon. Ma'am, ano nangyari sa loob? So hindi ganon. Dapat kahit emergency yan, we should still remain calm and then we should still be professional. Okay? And then yung we just want to check if everything is okay. Would you mind if we enter the room? Ganyan. Important yun kasi syempre magpapaalam ka pa rin sa guest na papasukin mo yung room nila. Hindi yung basta-basta ka na lang papasok. Alright. So this is the medyo last part of our topic for today, responding to guest complaints. So, bakit nga ulit importante that we know how to respond to guest complaints? Kasi, ewan ko kung na-experience nyo na, pero like ako na-witness ko minsan kahit sa ibang establishments where I don't work in. Kapag may nagko-complain na guest, kunyari tinawag niya yung server, nagko-complain siya, bakit ganito yung pagkain ko? Ano ba yan? May buhok yung hair. May buhok yung food. O kaya, bakit yung room ko hindi malinis nung pumasok ako? Ganyan. Tapos yung staff, kinabahan na siya, natakot na siya, na nakatitig lang siya sa guest, hindi na lang niya kinakausap. Tapos sabi lang niya, parang sinasabi na lang niya sa guest na, wait lang po, I'll call my manager. Diba? Although manager talaga yung sasagot sa ganong complaints, pero diba, there is a proper way for us, especially kapag bago pa lang tayo, there's a proper way for us to handle those kinds of situation. And malay mo, sa ano mo pa lang, sa'yo pa lang, di ba, ma-resolve mo na agad yung complaint or yung problem ng guest. So, alam niyo ba tong, ayan, abbreviation na HEART? We will just remember yung abbreviation na HEART whenever we respond to guest complaints. So, what does heart mean? Ayan, mag-heart nga kayo sa mga screen niyo. Ayan. So, heart. So, H means hear, ayan, empathize, apologize, respond, and thank the guest. So, those 5 simple ways kung paano natin, paano tayo mag-respond to guest complaints. Ayan. So, we will start with hear. So what does it mean to hear? It means listening intently without interrupting. Hindi yung may sinasabi yung guest, na kinakat mo na agad siya. Ma'am, so ganito yung nangyari, ganyan. So patapusin mo muna siya. Patapusin mo siyang mag-rant. Patapusin mo siyang mag-vent out ng mga pinagdaanan niya, kasamaan ng loob niya, ganun. Hayaan mo lang siya matapos magsalita. And then hearing as well means not talking back even if you think that the guest is wrong. Kunyari, in-accuse na niya yung, yung staff, yung kasamahan mo na, kasi naman yung housekeeper niyo ninakaw niya yung wallet na nasa room ko. Kahit alam mo hindi ninakaw nung kasamahan mo, wag mo nang sabihin na, hindi naman yan ninakaw yan So, wag mong sasagutin yung guest ng ganon. And then, after niya magsalita, ganyan, if merong hindi clear sa inyo, sa mga sinabi niya, you can always ask to clarify. So, ma'am, do you mean, is this what you meant when you said this one? Ganyan. So, if I understood it correctly, ito po ba yung sinabi niyo? Ito po ba yung nangyari? So, parang i-recap niyo ng konti. And then, restate the information provided. And maintain eye contact. Your facial expression must adapt to the guest mood. Ito, very important. Kasi, if I can just share, meron akong kasamahan before sa dati kong work. Nagagalit na yung guest sa kanya. Galit na yung guest, pero siya nakasmile pa din. So, yung guest, napikon, di ba? So, naghanap yung guest ng iba pang manager na naka-duty nung time na yon. So, aside from the original complaint ng guest, nag-complain pa siya lalo. Kasi ano ba itong kausap ko ng isa niyo pang manager? Parang iniinsulto ko, galit na nga ako. Nakasmile pa sa akin, napipikon na ako, ganyan, di ba? So, yon. Dapat yung facial expression nyo, kasi sa pagiging hotelier, para din tayong artista dyan. So, kailangan medyo marunong tayong mag-emote. Pero hindi naman sobrang emote. Kunyari, you show the guest na concerned ka, basta i-show mo sa face mo na concerned ka, na gusto mo siyang tulungan, na nagsisympathize ka sa kanya. And then, very important yung maintaining eye contact kasi hindi naman pwede yung kinakausap ka niya, nag-uusap kayo, tapos kung saan-saan ka tumitingin, di ba? If ever na naiilang ka tumingin sa eyes ng guest, pwede kang tumingin sa nose niya, or dito between the eyebrows, or sa noo. Ayan. So, pero alamin nyo din sometimes, mag-research din kayo, may iba-ibang cultures kasi na they find it disrespectful when you look at them in the eyes, diba? So, you also do your homework in researching about different cultures, especially sa hotel, na iba-iba yung mga nationalities na nagpupunta or nag-check-in. Alright? So, after here, empathize naman. How do we empathize? So, be sensitive to the guest experience. Be understanding, treat the guest with respect, and then same pa din yung maintaining eye contact and yung facial expression. What's the difference between empathizing and sympathizing? Empathizing is putting yourself in the shoes of the guest. Sympathizing is naawa ka. Pero ito, empathize, how do you show empathy? You can say na, to show empathy, you can say na, I would have felt the same way if that were to happen to me, ganyan. Sometimes, medyo delikado din kapag sinabi mong, I understand how you feel, kung hindi mo naman talaga naiintindihan how he feels. For example, meron akong isang kasamahan dati sa work, sinabi niya na, I understand how you feel kasi nagko-complain siya about sa anak niya na nadulas sa may swimming pool area. Sinabi nung guest, nung staff namin, I understand how you feel. So sinagot siya nung guest, bakit naiintindihan mo how I feel? But may anak ka din ba? Wala yung anak yun. Yung staff na yun, di ba? So, make sure din na kapag sinabi mo, I understand how you feel, you really understand how the guest feels. Or yun nga, magandang example then would be, I would also feel the same way if I experience that. Yeah. Okay. And then next, of course, one of the most important is apologize. Yeah. Don't become defensive or shift blame to another. Hindi yung kunwari, nagre-reklamo yung guest, nag-request ako sa inyo ng i-clean yung room ko ha. Bakit hindi nyo nilinis? Ganyan. So, pwede mo namang, huwag mong sasabihin na, ma'am, kasi sinabi naman yan sa housekeeping, yung housekeeping, hindi nila nilinis. O kaya, ma'am, kasi, konti lang yung manning today sa housekeeping, kulang po sila. So, wag gano'n. Wag tayong maninisi kahit alam natin who's at fault, kahit alam natin where it went wrong, bakit nag-cause ng guest complaint. So an apology is not an admission of guilt. It's a way of showing concern. Or it's also a way of making things right, di ba? Sabi nga nila, di ba, kahit sa relationship, sa mag-boyfriend, girlfriend, di ba? Hindi pag nag-sorry ka, hindi ibig sabihin na ikaw yung mali. Sometimes gusto mo na lang din na ayusin yung relationship nyo. Okay, so ganun din with the guest. So mag-sorry ka na lang para para maayos na, especially ito, guest to, nagbabayad to. So, if nakita mo naman na may mali talaga, just apologize. And then respond. Yan. Take ownership of the problem. Ayan, pag take ownership of the problem, meaning, kunwari, dun sa kasama mo sa work na pang morning shift, sa kanila yung naging cause nung problem. Pero ikaw na pang afternoon shift, sa'yo bumagsak yung complaint. So, wag mo lang sabihin na, i-endorse ko na lang to or sasabihin ko na lang tomorrow to sa morning shift para sila na yung mag-resolve ng complaint na to. So, wag ganon. Pag sa'yo na nag-complaint yung guest, ikaw na yung nakakuha nung complaint, ikaw na yung mag-resolve. So, take ownership. And then, you explain to the guest why the problem occurred. Konting or a brief explanation will do lang na pwede mong sabihin, for example, hindi nalinis yung room, I apologize, ma'am, it was an honest mistake, pwede din ganun, or it was an honest oversight, ganun. Pero may mga bagay din na sometimes you don't have to reveal to the guest yung buong kwento kung bakit nangyari yung complaint niya. Baka lalo pang lumala. Pero yun, just a brief, a safe answer kung paano nyo i-explain sa guest bakit nag-cause ng ganon. And then, you will outline what you will do to fix the problem and you provide the timeline. So, sasabihin mo sa guest, sasabihin mo sa kanya, right after our conversation, I will call the housekeeping manager, for example, and we will schedule the cleaning of your room. It will be done in an hour. Or kung kunyari ayaw niya right that moment, so pwede mo sabihin na, we will tanungin mo yung guest what time would you prefer it to be done. Ganyan. So, very important na sabihin mo sa guest kung ano yung gagawin mong action and kung gaano katagal or kailan mo mako-complete yung action na yun. Para alam niya na ginagawan mo ng resolution yung problem niya. And then, of course, ensure to relay your the concern to your superior or your duty manager immediately. So, isa to sa mga nagiging common na mistakes ng other front desk agents actually or other staff kapag masyado nilang tinitake naman yung ownership na tinatago lang nila sa sarili nila. Eh, hindi naman sila 24 hours nasa hotel. So, pag bumalik yung guest na nagko-complain, ibang tao na yung sinabihan or naghanap na ng manager, mahirap for the manager na wala siyang kamalay-malay about that complaint or wala siyang kamalay-malay about that guest. So, very important, i-relay nyo sa duty manager nyo, sa supervisor nyo what happened, kung ano na yung mga ginawa mo, ano yung mga updates mo, para siya din kasi matutulungan ka din niya if kailangan mo pa ng further compensation or further service recovery dun sa guest. Okay, and then, ayan, thank the guest. So always end by thanking the guest for sharing his or her concern. Thank you, Miss Kondaya, for letting me know. Thank you for sharing this with me. Ganyan. The guest for the issue to your attention. So ganun din. Thank the guest for being under. Okay. And then, wait lang. Ayan. So, ayan. Ang quote ni Bill Gates is, your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. So, syempre, lahat tayo masaya, lahat tayo gusto natin if laging masaya yung guest natin, if laging mabait yung mga guest natin. Pero sa totoo lang, we will really learn kapag dun sa mga unhappy guest or dun sa mga guests na nagko-complain, di ba? Dun talaga tayo matututo. And then once na mangyari yun ulit, the next time, at least, alam na natin kung paano i-handle. Maraming iba-ibang klaseng guests. May mga guests na kahit sobrang bigat na nung complaint nila, na sobrang laki nung issue nila, pero mabait sila. On the other hand, meron din namang guests na kahit sobrang minor, sobrang liit lang or actually walang basis ng kino-complain nila pero grabe sila magalit. So, doon talaga tayo matututo sa iba-ibang guests, iba-ibang klase ng tao, iba-ibang complaints. Alright? And then, other courtesies pa that we can apply or we can practice is the 10-5 rule. So, if you're not yet familiar with the 10-5 rule, it means when a guest is 10 feet away from you, make eye contact and warmly smile to acknowledge them. Hindi yung pag may nakita kang guest na papalapit, iwas ka ng tingin o kaya yuyuko ka kasi nahihiya ka. Huwag ganon. So pag nakita na nag-eye to eye contact na kayo ng guest, pag 10 feet pa lang siya away from you, mag-smile ka na. You make eye contact, you can nod, you can smile. And then when a guest is 5 feet away from you, a sincere greeting or friendly gesture of acknowledgement should accompany the eye contact and smile. Bakit hindi sa 10 feet pa lang i-greet mo na siya? Kasi ang layo nun. Hindi rin naman maganda yung sumisigaw ka across the lobby of the hotel, di ba? Tapos, syempre, baka yung privacy din ng guest, ayaw din niya na naririnig ng ibang tao, yung name niya, nandun siya, di ba? So, pag malayo, 10 feet smile. Pag 5 feet, that's when you greet. And then, another one, of course, you escort the guest. When a guest is asking for direction, you point using an open palm. Ganyan. This way, ganon. Rather than your index finger, wag ganon. O kaya, wag yung, Filipino way natin ng nguso. Hindi yung, dun po yung CR, wag ganon. So, dapat, Open palm yung gagamitin. If possible, you can accompany the guest to the location if it's just within the hotel premises. Or for example, a few steps para lang towards the direction kung saan yung tinatanong niya. Okay, sobrang ma-appreciate ng guest yung you are going out of your way na nag-take ka ng extra mile para lang matulungan siya. And then, you extend courtesy, of course. Alam naman natin yan. Kapag sa elevator, huwag tayong nakikipag-unahan sa mga guests. Actually, kahit hindi ito sa guest kahit kanino, it's being courteous nga. Allow the guest to enter and exit the elevator first. You have to hold yung door ng elevator kapag may lalabas or papasok. And then yung magic words natin, please, thank you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how are you? Very important yan, kahit very basic, minsan nakakalimutan kasi natin yan So very, very important and malaki yung impact na nagagawa ng mga magic words. And then, yung how are you, ayan, sometimes, di ba, actually yung mga Western, yung Western culture, very sanay sila mag how are you na expression, di ba? So pag how are you sa inyong isang Western guest, you can just respond, I'm good sir, how about you? Kasi minsan, ang common mistake nating mga Pinoy, pag sinabihan tayo ng how are you ng isang guest na dumaan lang, wala, magsismile lang tayo. So, mag-respond tayo dun sa how are you niya. And then, of course, we offer immediate assistance. How may I help you? Pag merong guest na tumayo sa harap mo, tapos wag yung aantayin mo pa siyang magsalita. Wag yung parang mag-aantayin kayo sinong mauuna magsalita. So, sabihin mo na agad, how may I help you, sir? How may I help you, ma'am? Ayan. Okay. And then, yung kanina, similar to what we discussed kanina, yung take ownership. Apologize when needed, you do the follow-up when needed, and don't wait for the person who initially received the complaint before handling it. Yun nga. So, kapag sa'yo na bumagsak yung complaint ng guest, i-handle mo na agad, i-resolve mo na agad. And then address the guest by name. Ito, very crucial to. Very, very personalized pag ginawa niyo to sa guest. And iba yung impact sa guest kapag naaalala niyo yung name niya. So use the guest name 2 to 3 times discreetly during the conversation. Kasi hindi rin naman maganda kung parang every sentence mo na lang, di ba, andun yung sinasabi mo yung name niya. So just be as natural as possible. Kunyari, kayong mga magkakaibigan, di ba, nag-uusap-usap, di ba? Ang sarap ng feeling na naririnig mo yung name mo pag kinakausap ka niya. So, yan. Pero of course, dapat professional pa din yung Mr. or Miss and then the last name. Unless the guest tells you to call them by their first name, laging you should always address them by their last name. Yeah. And then, you exceed expectations. How do you exceed expectation? Provide guests with their non-verbal needs. Ayan, kunyari may guest na papalapit sa inyo. Tapos, nakita mo, sobrang dami niyang dala, pero hindi siya nag-ask ng help. So, it would be nice if you would rush to the guest and then you offer help. Ayan, go beyond the request. Ayan, yung go beyond the request, kung sa tingin mo, sabi niya, nag-request siya, sabi niya, can I have 3 bottles of water kasi kailangan ko uminom ng gamot. So, pwedeng sabihin mo, kamustahin mo siya na, ma'am, how are you feeling? Is there anything else that we can help you with? Ganyan, baka kasi, alam mo yun, merong nurse dun sa hotel na yun, gusto niya magpa-check, di ba? Ma-offer mo yun. So, ganon, you shouldn't stop kung saan lang, kung ano lang yung request ng guest. But you should always think outside the box. Kaya din important na alam mo kung ano yung ino-offer ng hotel nyo, what's available in your hotel, para alam nyo kung ano yung mga pwede nyo i-offer sa guest. And then, engage in small talk. Ayan. This is very important, and this is actually one of the ways para we can build our relationship with the guest, para we can get to know our guests more by engaging in small talk. Mayroong iba sa atin na natatakot mag-small talk kasi hindi natin alam kung ano sasabihin natin, di ba? Pero sometimes as simple as by starting with how are you, or yun, ask mo, kunyari bago natin yung guest na, is this your first time here in Manila, or is this your first time here in the Philippines? And then from there, sa mga sagot niya, makikita, pwede ka nang mag-come up with other questions. Just like how you're conversing or speaking with your friends. Ganon. Pero of course, dapat professional pa rin. You should still maintain professionalism. And then, mafe-feel nyo rin naman yan and makikita nyo rin naman sa guest kung ayaw nyo makipag-usap. Kasi meron talagang mga guest na gano'n. So, you shouldn't feel offended if, for example, sa first tanong nyo pa lang, yung guest parang aloof siya or isang word lang yung answer niya, di ba? So, may mga guests na gano'n, and that's okay if you will give the guest his privacy or yung silence na gusto niya. So, yan. Pero marami pa rin guests na willing mag-engage in small talk, and that's what will lead you na magkaroon ng relationship with that guest, na makilala ka niya, and na maalala ka niya. And then, never say no. Always offer options. Commit to get back to the guest for the response. So like yung kaninang tinakal natin, yung always offer alternatives if something is not available. And then this is also very important if you look professional. So your appearance forms the guest's first impression of the hotel. Yeah, so you smile. Always smile, and then you follow the dress and the grooming code. Ayan. Yung dress and grooming code, of course, ibibigay yun naman ng hotel na kung saan kayo nag-work, kung ano yung uniform nyo dapat, and yung grooming standard. Alright, and of course, it's very important that you speak professionally. It doesn't mean na kailangan all the time English kayo kasi syempre may mga guests naman na mas comfortable sila in speaking in Filipino, di ba? So, but it's important how you speak. Adjust your tone of voice depending on the mood of the guest. And then use proper vocabulary and grammar. Of course, dapat yung mga professional words yung gagamitin natin. Hindi yung mga salitang kanto, ganyan. Hindi yung mga salita na ginagamit natin with our friends. Siyempre, dapat professional yung gagamitin natin words. And don't use jargons. What are jargons? Jargons are words or are terms na tayo-tayo lang within the organization or within the department natin na nakakaintindi. For example, yung term na MUR. MUR stands for makeup room. That means yun yung paglilinis ng housekeeping sa room ng guest. So, hindi mo naman pwedeng gamitin sa guest na, ma'am, what time would you like your MUR to be done? Diba? So, ang iisipin ng guest, ano yung MUR? What's that? So, use lang yung layman's term, yung term na very general na maintindihan ng mga guests nyo. So, you can say, ma'am, what time would you like your room to be clean? So, and then, of course, you have fun. It's very important that you have fun. Create a fun and light but professional environment that will make people leave the hotel with a positive memory and will make them want to come back. So, yun. Yun nga yung natin yun yung objective natin, 'di ba? Is yung guest ma-feel niya na talagang he or she is at home even while they're actually away from home. Pero it will make them want to come back. Ang sarap lang ng feeling, 'di ba? Na doon ka nakastay sa hotel na comfortable ka, feeling mo yung mga tao talaga inaalagaan ka. And this also applies sa pakikipag-deal natin with our colleagues or with other hotel staff, di ba? Ang sarap ng feeling kapag alam mong yung ka-shift mo or yung ka-duty mo is ay masarap kasama, na hindi pabigat or hindi mabigat kasama sa duty kasi lahat, alam natin na lahat they're doing their best to engage with the guests, to take care of the guests, and to deal with the guests. So ayan, have fun kasi mahirap din mag-work kung you're not having fun. Mahirap mag-work if hindi ka masaya sa ginagawa mo. So since you will be doing that every day for the rest of the duration of your career, so much better if you will have fun. Yeah. So, ayan, let's read this. It is not your customer's job to remember you. It is your obligation and responsibility to make sure that they don't have the chance to forget you. So yan, hindi obligasyon ng mga guests natin na tandaan tayo. Huwag tayong magtampo kung after nung first meeting natin sa kanila, hindi na nila tayo kilala, di ba? So it is our responsibility na maalala nila tayo by building relationship with them, by engaging with them the right way, yung positive way. Ayan. All right. So if you have any questions, you may raise it now. Yung mga questions na pin-prepare nyo.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ma'am Regina, for that very informative and relevant talk. During the registration, we've asked the participants to submit questions they might want to ask the speaker. And here are the most relevant questions we've chosen. The first question is, this is from Miss Trisha Anparo from Iloilo City Community College, and her question is, what is the crucial role of being part of the front office department?
All right, thank you for that. Thank you, Trisha, for that question. So for me, one of the most crucial role in being a front office department is you have to really be proactive. Proactive kasi meaning di ba? You will go the extra mile na you will not just stop kung ano yung binigay sa'yo or hiningi sa'yo. Being proactive is being helpful sa iba mong colleagues. Being proactive means you will really look for ways para ma-resolve mo yung mga problems, whether it's guest-related or within sa department mo. So, yun. If you are proactive kasi, I believe everything follows na eh. Kapag ginagawa mo yung best. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. For the second question, this is from Ms. Janina Cristia Pulhin, the Department Chair of Lyceum of the Philippines, Batangas. Her question is, how can we decide on the limit of compensation for guest concern?
Limit of compensation. Actually, it depends sa weight din ng complaint nila. If their complaint is nag-cause talaga ng inconvenience sa kanila and you really think na parang hindi nila nakuha yung value ng money na binayad nila, then you would really have to give compensation na makukuha nila yung the value of their money. So for example, meron in every hotel, merong list ng mga compensation depending on the weight of the complaint, and also kung sino-sino yung mga positions dun sa hotel na yun na may authority to give that kind of compensation. So ayun, it will still depend din sa weight ng complaint ng guest bago natin malaman kung hanggang saan lang tayo magbibigay ng compensation or until hanggang magkano yung value ng compensation na ibibigay natin. Pero yun, just like what my previous boss shared with me before na kung if the compensation isn't worth too much naman, na hindi naman yun magiging masyadong mabigat for the hotel to give. Tapos if that's what will take lang para ma-appease yung guest and ikaw din na humaharap sa complaint na hindi ka na ma-stress, 'di ba? Masyado kapag nakipag-haggle ka pa with the guest. So why not give it kung yun it's not worth that much din.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. For the third question po, this is from Miss Jenny Villahom, a third-year tourism management student at Batangas State University, Nasugbu campus. Her question is, what is the best approach to a guest who have a personal misunderstanding with you and try to make a distraction during your service?
Personal misunderstanding with you, meaning kilala ka talaga nung guest?
Yes po, ma'am.
I think you just really have to maintain your professionalism. Hindi mo dapat kasi talaga dapat dalhin sa work mo whatever issues you are dealing with in your personal life. Pwede rin naman, especially sa mga nangyayari sa amin. Pag kunwari may isang guest na nag-complain na siya about a specific staff, may issue na sila before, talagang sasabihin yun kasi sa supervisor and then hindi na lang din talaga i-assign yung specific staff na yun dun sa guest na yun na alam nating may issue with that person. But if ever walang choice and ikaw talaga dapat yung mag-handle or mag-take care sa kanila, you just maintain your professionalism. Of course, i-avoid mo yung mga naging cause ng kung bakit siya nag-complain sa'yo before. And then kung personal man yung issue niya against you or with you, you just don't bring it up at all, ganyan. If naman you're asking if nag-make siya ng distractions, you can apologize and apologize not because may mali ka, but you can say, I'm sorry ma'am, but pwede mo i-explain na, I'm sorry ma'am, but would you mind if we focus first on this, on yung pinag-uusapan nyo na related dun sa stay niya, sa hotel niya, di ba? Or kung kunwari, nagmumura siya, he or she is distracting you by cursing, saying bad words, o kaya nagsisira siya ng gamit, you can politely explain na, I'm sorry ma'am, but we don't tolerate that kind of language here, ganyan, or we don't tolerate that kind of action here, but let me know how I can help you further. Ganun. So let's still remain professional and kind at the same time, but it doesn't mean then na hahayaan natin yung guest na hahayaan natin yung guest na i-demean tayo.
Thank you for answering that, Ma'am Rahina. And our fourth question is, this is from Sir Danhil Seratos, a faculty member at San Pedro Apartado National High School, who was also our guest speaker on our previous webinar. So, hello, sir. His question is, how do hotels embrace new normal considering the welfare of the guests?
It's a very nice and timely question. Ngayon, so as we can all see, ang hotel industry is very much or greatly affected ng pandemic na to. Aside from the fact that there are not much tourists or not much travelers that are visiting hotels recently, since bawal din yung mga mass gatherings. So it means wala din masyadong functions or events or even yung mga sa mga restaurants, 'di ba, yung buffet wala pa for now. But how do hotels embrace the new normal? Well, each hotel, they are coming up with their own way para ma-ensure yung guests that the rooms and the amenities and everything that they're using are really carefully sanitized, disinfected. Yun kasi yung yung tinatawag na labanan ngayon sa mga hotels is kung paano mo ipapakita or i-reassure sa mga guests mo na dito sa establishment natin, sa establishment namin malinis dito, walang COVID, ganyan. At the same time, one of the most significant din na in-embrace na pag-embrace ng hotel sa new normal is yung lessening the guest contact or physical touch ng staff sa mga guests, which is very challenging kasi as we all know din, tayo Filipinos, di ba, we are known for our hospitality. So kapag nasa hotel tayo, as much as possible, gusto sana natin yung personal or face-to-face conversation with guests, yung mga ganyan. We would like kung kaya natin na mas makausap sila as possible. Pero because of the new normal, we have to come up with ways na malesen yung ganong interaction. Like, we're coming up with, kapag nagre-request sila, we've came up with a Viber Messenger na account wherein the guests could contact us directly kung meron silang concern. Kasi nililimit na din syempre yung sa phone kasi syempre iba-ibang guests gumagamit nun so hinahawakan nila. So, mas maganda kung sa cellphone na lang nila. And then, kapag nag-check-in or check-out, hindi na masyadong matagal na nagsistay sa front desk yung guest as much as possible kung pwedeng bayaran na nila yung stay nila bago pa sila dumating to lessen the contact sa hotel. Yung mga ganon. And then, of course, yung new normal din sa part ng housekeeping would be the prohibition of cleaning the room while the guests are inside, di ba? Para lessen yung interaction ng room attendant dun sa guest. So, maraming ways that each hotel comes up with to embrace the new normal. So yun, basically it's about lessening guest contact and reassuring the guests that the hotel or the entire establishment is really safe and clean and disinfected.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma'am Regina, for that insightful answers. And thank you also, dear participants, for your great questions. University of the East, Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Ma'am Regina Joyce Rodriguez for her invaluable sharing as guest speaker for today's webinar entitled Happy Guests, Less Stress, Importance of Guest Engagement in Hotel Management. Held today, September 30, 2020 via Zoom. Signed, Dr. Justina M. Evangelista, the Dean of UE College of Arts and Sciences, and Dr. Francisco M. Ramos, the Department Chair of UE Tourism and Hospitality Management. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being our guest speaker for today. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much as well. Thank you. It's an honor and privilege na ma-share sa inyo yung mga shinare ko.
Thank you, ma'am. And of course, we've come to the end of our program. We will now call Dr. Francisco M. Ramos, the Department Chair of UE Tourism and Hospitality Management, to give the synthesis of today's webinar.
Hello, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir, and to all our co-faculty members, students, and teachers. We are very happy to have our guest speaker for today's webinar, and at least we were able to learn more on the engagement of our future hoteliers with our future guests. So with that, maraming salamat po for your time, and we hope that we can apply all of the learnings of today's webinar in the future. Maraming salamat po and God bless.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ramos. And of course, thank you again to our beloved speaker for today, Ma'am Regina. Kindly follow us on our Facebook page at Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, UE Manila, for updates on our upcoming webinars. Once again, thank you all for attending today's webinar. See you on our next webinar.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the webinar, guys. I hope may natulong yun sa inyo. And I hope maka-inspire yun sa inyo. If ever you would like to help someone, or if you think that this video will be of help to someone, please do not hesitate to share this video. And also, if you could kindly please like this video, share, and also subscribe to my channel. And you can feel free to comment on the other topics that you would want me to discuss or to tackle on my next video. So until then, bye bye. Thank you.